Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today, we're making this little guy. He's a bunny, if you can't tell. I haven't put a face. I don't know if I'm going to. One ear's kind of bigger than the other, but I'm going to fix that. I'm going to be showing you how to make him. Now, he is made out of a knitted cloth, though you can use crochet. And so I'm using just normal yarn. You can use whatever hook size you want, just make sure it corresponds. Don't use huge yarn because this is with just a medium weight yarn. And he's nice, big. I did not knit the squares that I am using. One of my aunts did. I cannot knit. Like, it's not something that I can do. I tried. I got 2 rows and it was way too hard, so I gave up. So first I'm just gonna weave in all the ends, and then I'm gonna sew it together into a big square. And yeah, you guys can get your squares ready. I don't know how long it will take to fully make the rabbit. Like I said, I did not make these squares, so I would not have an accurate time. So the assembly is about 25 minutes is what it took me for the other one. So and these will not be being sold. I am making them for my sister's wedding. They keep changing their theme on me, so they don't get a themed gift. Come on. There we go. Now I'm using 9 of these little squares that blends in with my shirt. Little squares to make a big square. And these are just decor items. So if I were making it for a child, I would make the tail completely different. I used a homemade cotton ball that I made out of yarn, and it is definitely not child safe. The ends just pop out, and I'm probably going to redo it anyways, if I'm being 100% honest. Hey, don't go in the bag. They're trying to get in my stuffing bag. Come on. Stop! Don't eat plastic. Oh no. This one wasn't fastened off correctly. Shoot. This isn't me necessarily fixing it. It's just me trying to get it to stay together. I love how versatile knitting can be, but it can be very annoying when it starts to unwind. So then I have to go back through and I have to redo a lot of different stitches that I don't necessarily know that I can mimic. Stop eating the plastic! Shouldn't have to tell you guys this every time I get out my stuffing. Don't eat it. Cream, don't you dare. Good cat. Hey, move. Not nice. Move. Come on. Move your tail. Thank you. Really, Cream? Stop headbutting. That is not nice. We do not do that. I don't know who taught you that, but you need to quit it. That is not okay. Before y'all get in the comments and start saying that I'm not knotting it or tying it off or anything, it's already tied off. It's already knotted. I was gifted these squares to do stuff with. And where it's not, I'm doing a simple slip stitch tie off. Very simple, doesn't need to hold much weight, so it'll hold very well. It's really all about learning when and when not to tie off. Everything I make is crochet. I tie it off. I don't remember who made these. I think it was my aunt. But she is the one who knits, so it's her job to tie it off. Okay, all our squares have the ends tied. Now, please excuse me, my eyes itch. I get to go through and sew it all together. The actual pattern of stitching is very simple. It's just the build up to it is not as simple as it seems. And yes, I leave my work stuck to the ball until I'm done, so that way if I run out I can just pull. Echo, stop trying to bury your water bowl. Why are you causing issues now? You haven't been good for the past hour. Every time I try to film, these cats start making problems. Every time I try to sleep, these cats start making problems. I think the hardest part about sewing is figuring out which side's in motion and which isn't. Echo, stop! Quit scratching things! Yes, you can scratch that. That's your scratching board. But don't scratch up the bowl. It's already been 10 minutes, guys. This is with all the prep that I do for these videos. A lot of the times I'll make 2 or 3 of the creatures that I'm doing a tutorial for, so that way I can get faster with the tutorial, so that way my videos aren't as long and don't take as long to upload. I was supposed to film this on my computer. Unfortunately, it is dead. So, that's cute. I like it. Stop! Let go! They are never this bad. It's exhausting. I have to deal with children at school, and then I come home and I have to deal with children here. I love these cats so much. Echo, you've already eaten. Literally half an hour ago, bro. Chill. Well, not exactly half an hour ago, but... Okay, we're getting there. Come on. Okay, now I've got to sew the sides together. Basically do exactly what I just did, but the other way. Really, Echo? Come on, guys. Move. Go, Cream. I'm trying to record. Please stop. Cream. Don't you start chewing on the bag. Uh-uh. I'm really freaking tired of that dog. Every time someone goes by, she barks. It's pretty bad that I can hear her panting all the way in my room. And now she's got the dogs in the backyard howling. Okay, now this is what my square looks like. That's going to be the inside, this is going to be the outside, so this is all you guys got to worry about. I actually have to get over to the side still. Do a few quick stitches. These are going to be my ears. And I'm going just below this other square here. Okay, so right here's my yarn. Now we're going to make a triangle. So start by going across. Make your stitches quite close together, or else it won't pull right. You're not going to be able to see them on mine, unfortunately. Okay, and once you get across, you're going to angle your needles, that way it'll go directly to the center. And then follow that path, putting more close stitches. And making sure it is completely centered will give you the cleanest ears. And then making sure that it will line up with where you started. Go along that line. Again, making close stitches. Always make nice close stitches. Okay, now right in the middle of that triangle is going to be your face, like of the rabbit. So place your stuffing accordingly. Mine is about right there. Now this isn't like other crochet projects. You have to get your stuffing amount just right, because you cannot restuff it. I'm going for about this much. Place it directly in the center and down. Just make sure no one's closed. Sorry about that. Like right in the center. I'm gonna close this, that, and push down while you pull on the string to close up your rabbit's head. Oops. I put way too much stuffing, but since it's not all the way closed, I can remove some. Had it been all the way closed, I would have just been out of luck. Okay, there's going to be a little bubble. Push that in. And oh no. Okay. There we go. That forms our head and ears. Now we're going to make the body. Okay, holding it the wrong way. First, right behind where your ears are, take your hook right, not your hook, your needle right behind the first ear, across to right behind the second, and pull it straight through. We're just doing a mattress stitch, or is it a mattress stitch or a ladder stitch? I think they're the same thing, just different places call them different things. And pull it tightly. We're sewing up the top of the head first. So then once you've got that, put your hook back in, not hook, your needle back in, and where that bubble is, you're gonna put right in the center and pull through. And then right the next stitch over. You're gonna put your needle in, and right behind where the ear is, you're gonna, hold on, isn't this working? Okay. You're gonna pull your hook, not hook, needle. Okay, and that will create beautiful little ears. See, just like that. Now mine are fraying a little bit, but that can be fixed. Now I'm going to cut this, not the one that I'm using, the one that was attached to my ball of yarn, and I'm going to use a hook and just weave it through to the middle of the head and hook it around that midpoint at the top, just to be sure it's nicely secured down. And that will be used to tie it off at the end. Now, going back to sewing, I'm going to flip this inside. I'm flipping it, so that way I can crochet the body, not crochet, sew the body. And I'm just gonna be very mindful of the ears. I already done messed up. It can be a bit difficult to get. So honestly, I turn my ears inside out so that way I don't accidentally sew them. Make sure you keep that ear hole nice and tight. And you want to get your sides as close together as you possibly can. So it should look something like this, like a giant sock. And then just stitch along the top side. Be very careful to not get your ears caught. So hold them down and press it closed as you stitch. So that way you get a nice tight stitch there. and just do that all the way down. Until you reach the end, and then flip it back right side out. Okay. And I'm going to flip my ears back. Very nice, very nice. It should look like this when you're done with that part. It's not going to be a perfect line. It's got an area up here that's open that I'm going to have to fix, but that's okay. Now stuff the inside of the body. And remember that this bottom part is going to get closed, something like that. So you want it to be like that, kind of stuff it to how you want it. And then once you got that, I'm going with that much. Now you're going to stitch around the outside. Don't close it, just stitch like you're putting on a hem. Keep all of it on your needle till about halfway around, and then pull your needle and pull that side really tight, and then keep going the rest of the way around. Okay, and there we go. So you should be left with something like that. What you're going to do is you're going to make sure your hook, needle is on the outside, and you're going to press it in, press all of the sides in, turn it on the yarn, and pull it so that way it seals it. And it'll give you a bottom, something like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go around a little farther out just to make sure that you got it nice and sealed. There we go. And now I'm going to go and fix that hole really fast. Because you know, we don't want holes here. Mr. Panther joined us. Okay, that hole is fixed. And Panther, you gotta sit still, buddy. there, and then right up behind your ears, there's gonna be a little bit of a hole. You gotta fix that and sew it up all nice. But to do that, you have to sew the ears shut. So work your yarn, your hook, not hook. So press your ears closed to how you want them to be. And then along the surface, stitch it from head to shoulder all the way through and pull. And do this all the way up the ear and back down. So that way the ear is nice and sealed, no stuffing can escape. Then once you finish with one ear, go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other. Okay, and when you're done, your needle should be in the back of the neck. So right here. And this is where we sew up that little hole. You're going to take your needle and put it across it and pull it through. And then you're going to cross stitch into the area. And that will seal up your hole. Let go now. And done. Okay, nice and sealed. Your rabbit should be completely sealed now. Now you disneedle and tie it off. Cut it and obviously pull in the end. And this is what it should be looking like. It's not going to be perfect. Not all of them are going to look identical. But here's the fun part, where I am making the tail. I highly recommend just using a normal cotton ball, but I do not have any, so I'm going to wind the yarn around my finger. Hopefully I've got enough. I do have enough. And then do one of these magics. Two. And tie that. Okay, should look something like this, and then pull it off your fingers. Make sure you get that center nice and tight. Make sure it's actually in the center, unlike mine. Okay, I just messed it up completely. Okay, this is not working with that piece of yarn. I guess I did not have a big enough end. There we go, that's how I did it. And now I'm going to pull it very carefully off of my fingers. So that way I can get that knot nice and tight. There we go. And now I'm going to tie it on to the back of the rabbit, as one does with rabbit's tail. Yes, I am doing this before I cut it, so that way I know that the tail is secured. There we go. And now I am cutting. And fluff it up a little bit. It's not going to be perfect because it's not a cotton ball, but there we go. I'm not putting faces on these. I've decided they're adorable as they are. That is how you make the creatures, the bunnies. And I do apologize for it being a late video. I was planning to record it yesterday, but it just completely slipped my mind. I hope you have a wonderful day and night. Don't forget, if you want to join the flower garden, hit that subscribe button. If you don't and you're just passing through, we hope to see you in another video. Remember, you are loved. Get a snack, get a drink, get some fresh air, touch some grass, and we'll see you in another video. Bye guys, love you!